Hello students, welcome to Rusharaj Classes YouTube channel. In this video, I have brought good news for the students of SSLC, that is students of standard 10. And this good news is regarding your math subject. Yes, there are many changes in your math subject for the coming academic year, that is 2024-25. Instead of saying it as changes, I would like to say it as deduction. Yes, there is lot of deduction in your math syllabus, and this is a big good news for the students of SSLC. So in this video, I am going to explain everything properly. What was your old syllabus? Means what chapters were there in your old syllabus in part 1 as well as in part 2? Then, what are the changes in this new syllabus? That is, which chapters are going to be there in part 1 and part 2? And we are also going to check the comparison. Means what are the exact changes in each chapter? Means what they have deducted from each chapter. Everything will be explained in detail in this video. So I request all the students to watch this video properly till end. Okay. In short, let's check what were the chapters in your old syllabus. In your old syllabus, the chapters in part 1 were something like this: arithmetic progression, triangles, pair of linear equations in two variables, circles, areas related to circles, construction, coordinate geometry, and real numbers. So these were the chapters in part 1. And the chapters in part 2 were something like this: polynomials, quadratic equation, introduction to trigonometry, some applications of trigonometry, statistics, probability, and surface areas and volumes. So these were the chapters in part 1 and part 2. Now let's check what is going to be there in part 1 and part 2 in your new syllabus. So in your new book, the chapters in part 1 are going to be real numbers, polynomials, pair of linear equations in two variables, quadratic equations, arithmetic progression, triangles, and coordinate geometry. So these are going to be the chapters in your part 1. And the chapters in your part 2 are going to be introduction to trigonometry, some applications of trigonometry, circles, areas related to circles, surface area and volume, statistic, and probability. So if you just compare, there were 15 chapters in your old syllabus, and now there are 14 chapters in your new syllabus. You know, in this change syllabus, there are many points in favor of students, yes, but there are few points which were in favor of students, but now they are not present in this new syllabus. For example, chapter construction. You might have observed that in your old book, construction chapter was there, which was very good chapter, a scoring chapter, favorite chapter of the students. But unfortunately, this chapter is not included in this new syllabus. So we can say the point which was already in favor of students, it's not there right now. But there are many points which are going to be in your favor in this new syllabus. So let's check what was in old syllabus and what is going to be there in new syllabus and what things are deducted in this new syllabus. Now the first chapter is real numbers. In old syllabus, there were altogether 4 exercises which were based on Euclid's division lemma, fundamental theorem of arithmetic, relation between the numbers and their HCF and LCM, irrational numbers, and how is the decimal expansion of rational numbers. So these things were included in the old syllabus of real numbers. But now there are going to be only 2 exercises in real numbers which are based on the numbers and their relation between the HCF and LCM of these numbers and fundamental theorem of arithmetic. So instead of 4 exercises, you have only 2 exercises. Now the next chapter is polynomials. In old book, there were 3 exercises of polynomials which were based on geometric meaning of polynomials, relationship between the zeros and coefficients of the polynomial, and division algorithm, means division of polynomials. But now in your new syllabus, there are only 2 exercises which are based on geometric meaning of polynomials and relationship between the zeros and coefficients of polynomials. Means division of polynomials is no more the part of your syllabus. Now the next chapter is pair of linear equations in two variables. In your old syllabus, there were 6 exercises of pair of linear equations in two variables. And these 6 exercises were based on graphical method to find the solution of these equations, how the lines representing these two linear equations, means how the lines are, whether they are intersecting, coincident or parallel. Then substitution method, elimination method, cross multiplication method to find the solution of these equations. And one more thing was equations reducible to the pair of linear equations. Means all these things were there in your old syllabus, but now in your new book, instead of 6, there are going to be only 3 exercises of this chapter. And these 3 exercises are going to be based on graphical method to find the solution of these equations. How are the lines representing these two pair of linear equations, that is whether they are intersecting, coincident or parallel, substitution method and elimination method. Means there are going to be only 3 exercises. Cross multiplication method and equations reducible to the simple form is no more the part of your syllabus. Means 3 exercises are straightway cancelled from this chapter. Now the next chapter is quadratic equations. In your old book, there were 4 exercises of these quadratic equations, which were based on quadratic equation to be converted to the standard form, find the solution of these equations by factorization method, by completing the square method, formula method and nature of roots. But now in this new syllabus, there are only 3 exercises in this quadratic equation, and these exercises are based on the general form of the quadratic equation, find the solution of these equations by factorization method, and how the nature of roots is decided. Means in this new syllabus, completing square method is no more the part of your syllabus, and formula method, means sums based on formula method, are not going to be there for you. Means straightway there is lot of reduction even in this quadratic equation chapter. Now the next chapter is arithmetic progression. There is no change in this chapter. What is the meaning of arithmetic progression? How to find the nth term of arithmetic progression and how to find the sum of n terms of arithmetic progression. So all these things are as it is. So 3 exercises were there in your old book and 3 exercises are going to be there in your new book. So there is no change in this chapter. Now the next one more chapter is triangles. In triangle chapter, in your old syllabus, there were altogether 5 exercises and 9 theorems. Yes, 9 theorems. So what were things included in this triangle chapter? Similar figures, similar triangles, BPT, that is basic proportionality theorem, criteria for similarity of triangles, areas of similar triangles, and one more important theorem, that is Pythagoras theorem. But now in your new syllabus, there is lot of reduction even in this chapter. Areas of similar triangles and the theorem based on that is no more the part of your syllabus. And unfortunately, Pythagoras theorem, which was really interesting part, is also not going to be the part of your syllabus. So the only things included in your new syllabus are going to be what is the meaning of similar figures, similar triangles, BPT, criteria for similarity. So these are going to be the only things in your new book, and there are going to be only 3 exercises in this chapter. Now the next chapter is coordinate geometry. Yes, this is the last chapter of your part 1 book, that is coordinate geometry, 7th chapter. In your old book, there were 3 exercises in this chapter. So what were the concepts covered? Distance formula, section formula, midpoint formula, and find the area of the triangle based on the coordinates of its vertices. But now, in your new syllabus, we have only 2 exercises, which are going to be based on distance formula, section formula, and midpoint formula. So area of triangle, means how to find the area of the triangle, is not going to be the part of your new syllabus. So this was all about your part 1 book. As I said, everything will be explained in this single video itself. Instead of making the parts, instead of breaking this video in different parts, I prefer to explain everything in this single video. So let's move to the part 2. So 7 chapters are covered in part 1 and 7 chapters are going to be there in part 2. The first chapter of your part 2 is Introduction to Trigonometry. So in your old book, altogether there were 4 exercises which were based on the concepts like basic meaning of these trigonometric ratios, trigonometric ratio of specific angles, trigonometric ratio of complementary angles, and trigonometric identities. But now, In your new syllabus, one exercise is reduced, one exercise is cancelled, and which is based on trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. Actually, even this was a very good part, but it's reduced. So now you have only the basic definition of trigonometric ratios, trigonometric identities, and trigonometric ratios for some specific angles. So this is going to be the only part of your this chapter. Next chapter is application of trigonometry. In application of trigonometry, there are no major changes because this chapter, it had only one exercise with 16 word problems. So the only minor change in this chapter is instead of 16 problems, you have 15 problems. That's it. And remaining things are as it is. Next chapter in this part 2 is circles. In this circle chapters, there were 2 exercises with 2 theorems. So even in this chapter, there is no change. Circle chapter is as it is with 2 exercises and 2 theorems. The next chapter is areas related to circles. In our old book, there were 3 exercises in this chapter. The first exercise was based only on the area and circumference of the circle. Then the next chapter was based on area of sector and segment. And the third exercise was based on area of combination figures. But now you have only one exercise in this chapter. 2 exercises are straight away deducted. So this one exercise is based only on the area of sector and area of segment. So areas of combination figures is straight away cancelled. So from 3, 2 exercises are deducted. Only one exercise is going to be there. Now the next chapter is surface areas and volumes. Even in this chapter, in our old syllabus, there were 4 exercises. These 4 exercises were based on surface area of combination of solids, volume of combination of solids, conversion of solid from one shape to the another, and frustum of cone. From this chapter, from 4, 2 exercises are reduced. So now we have surface area of combination of figures and volume of combined figures. So now we don't have the volume of the figures converted from one shape to the another shape, and even frustum of cone is not going to be the part of your new book. There are so many reductions. Now the next chapter is statistics. In this statistic chapter, 4 exercises were there. The 4 exercises were based on mean, median, mode, and graphical representation of cumulative frequency, that is Ogive curve. But unfortunately, the Ogive curve, which was one more scoring part of your paper, it's not going to be the part of your new syllabus. But mean, median, mode, all these 3 exercises are going to be there as it is. So out of 4, you are going to have only 3 exercises. And the last chapter, probability. There is no change in this chapter. There was only one exercise in the old book, and that exercise is going to be as it is in your new book. So students, I think you are very happy to know about all these reductions in your math syllabus. But unfortunately, construction and Ogive curve is not the part of your new syllabus. Okay, but still, as it is reduced, scoring good marks is going to be very easy for you. So this was all about the math syllabus. Very soon, we will make one more video in which I will explain everything about the changes in your science syllabus. So to get the update of that interesting video, don't forget to press the subscribe button. And my dear students, you will also be getting the videos of your math syllabus on our YouTube channel. So please do subscribe our channel to get the updates of helpful, useful, interesting videos. And don't forget to share such videos among your friends. Let your friends know that what are going to be the changes in this math syllabus. So please do share this video among your friends. And my dear students, thank you so much for watching this video till end.